Okay, this presentation is going to give an overview of Arnold, Freihofer, or Brownberry routes, which are all conducted under one company, and that is the largest bakery in the world, Bimbo or Bimbo Bakery. Before we go forward, I got to give you the legal disclaimer. We do not represent the company being advertised, but rather the individual sellers and their distribution rights. The information contained in the videos are from previous questions and answers based on interactions with previous sellers. Let's move forward now, and with Arnold Bread, you are getting a solid type distributorship. Again, they are very large, the largest bakery in the world. They are going to offer financing. So let's go ahead and click on one of these active listings here. The thing to remember with Bimbo Bakery is you're getting a lot of real estate in these stores. So the routes tend to be much smaller than a lot of other routes or other territories. So you may only get 4 or 5 stores in your territory. You'll have a much condensed territory. At least that's been the trend on what we've seen. And the reason for that is because they represent so many items. You know, Thomas's English muffins, obviously the Bimbo bread, Edmund's cake, Lender's bagels. They got Weight Watchers, Boboli, you name it. They own a lot of real estate in these accounts. So moving forward, the company will do a good bit of financing. On average, anywhere from 13 to 15% of the weekly sales ratio, or weekly sales average. If you're not familiar with that, basically revisit my video that I created that shows an overview of how we evaluate a business. It will explain that in better detail. But in a nutshell, 13 to 15 times the weekly sales average is what they're going to finance. That'll be the finance value. As far as fair market value and what we sell these for, that is going to be anywhere from 17 to 20 to 1. And to be honest with you, that's just going to vary depending on the location of the route, which state it's in, and also, of course, New York and New Jersey are going to be different animals, and they probably will sell for a lot more in that area. As far as employees, one thing I do want to warn you about this, while this is a great company, they are pretty much going to frown on you if you're an investor coming in looking to buy multiple routes and hire employees. It used to be that was something they would entertain, but we've kind of trended away from that, or the company has anyways, and they pretty much are going to frown on that. So when you're looking at these routes or evaluating them, just know that you're going to have to be pretty much the owner-operator of the business. You will find distributors who do have employees from time to time on these routes, but again, it's kind of an old way of doing business. These distributors have been there for a long time. They have a huge, long-standing relationship with the company. But for all intents and purposes going forward, they want to see individual owner-operators of each route. Now, if you're a family or a husband and wife team and you both want to own a route, that's a different story. They will obviously allow you to do that as long as you both are running the routes. I want to get into the hours of operation with this. Primarily, when you have these routes, you're servicing grocery stores. You will have restaurants and other type of accounts, but for the most part, you are servicing grocery stores. And so your hours are somewhat dictated to the grocery store's receiving times. What I mean by that is, you may have a grocery store that receives from 4 a.m. to 10 or 11 a.m. in the morning. So you have to hit those windows of opportunity and get your bread delivered by then. Most bread distributors are going to go to the warehouse in the morning and they're going to load their product first and then deliver it to a grocery store. Whereas other routes like pretzels and cookies and chip routes, they're going to load after they're done running the route. So there's a difference there as well. As far as days off, most of the grocery stores are closed on Wednesdays and Sundays, as I mentioned. And so those are probably going to be your days you're going to be taking off. I will say with bread routes, it requires a little bit more maintenance, and that is, bread sells very quickly off the shelves. So on your larger accounts, you will more than likely leave product in the back room, and either you on Wednesday or Sunday will go out and pull up the stores for a couple hours, or most guys will just hire someone to do this part-time. And also this could also be a person that you use as a vacation relief driver. If you're sick, you get hurt, or you just need some time off. So it's always good to have that extra person that you pay on a part-time basis just to kind of help you out with the business a little bit. This will conclude the Bimbo Bakery overview. If you have questions, feel free to email us.